All right, it's gonna be a very brief one. Sanji from One Piece, the anime. Over the many years, 25 years more or less, from 1999 to 2024. Okay, there's a little bit I can say about this character. I have a technically I have a godson that's a lot like him. I've known friends around the years, over the years of my life, that have been like him, and I compared my own Lizzie O'Cunningham character from Crystal Comes with Time Travel, Algebra's IP, for that sake, namesake, Sanji. You might think that Sanji is kind of a sissy boy for only being able to cook or play music. There is something to that. It's like you consider his tragedy, which I'll get into in a second, a little bit more. But you consider that he only cooks and plays music, and then he's otherwise a hand-to-hand fighter who's very cunning. At the heart of that, though, really think about this. Because the way Luffy wants to recruit into the team for One Piece is that they needed an entertainer to help them from being bored, and they needed a cook to prevent them from dying of starvation in the weirdest possible ways, let alone their health. This is a flank people are not willing to cover. The idea of survivalism and entertainment combined, and not only combined but together. Because you think that like an upgrade system in a video game or a flash game would be like just upgrade as fast as possible, increase all the odds, get winning as fast as possible. That's an over logical way of thinking about how you play a game. And many of us nerds have been like that before. Well, we'd be like, I'll play a game and I know that I'm going to beat the game eventually, or I'm going to get somewhere in the game where I'll be satisfied with how much I played it, to say the least. But the upgrade system can be a little OCD. So when you actually think about it, you're really there to just have fun or enjoy the experience. And that's how most people try to behave and simplify it as. And that's fair. And it's all good fun, even when it's not done right. But with entertainment and survival, those are supposed to be opposites. And yet Sanji can do both. He helps provide food for the gang to prevent them from dying and getting sick. And he gives entertainment from music and cooking that helps them survive, but also helps them cope with their issues, and even has pleasantries and happiness. This is one of the best things about that character, is that he's offering a flank that no one is willing to look at. It's that one cliche stereotype of the last person you're willing to look, but turned on its side in a new original way since 1999, and even before that for the manga. Sanji is a very underrated character in that anime, because it's not that he can't fight per se until you realize he can, is a force to be reckoned with in every possible way. Force to be reckoned with. It's that he's still representing a character of his own, which I'm about to get to right now. Is that you remember how his strategy is that he has a father who thinks he doesn't love him, but he's just kind of a hard ass, and Sanji himself is a bit of an asshole. I see Sanji as being more like the archetype I've been working with lately, with my main character from TCCOTT, the wise bully archetype, the character who does not. They're not actually evil. They're not even actually a jerk face. What they are is that they're intelligent, cunning, and very clever. In spite of that, they still have their ways of being stubborn with what they think is right and wrong. They're not necessarily self-justifying like other characters in my story have been, or other characters in One Piece. That anime that has been going on, kind of like the way that Pokemon and kind of the same ranks as like Malo play for terms of magic, and even to an extent Digimon, but definitely Pokemon, and then have One Piece and some other franchises over the years. 10 years, 25 years, you name it. This as far as anime will be concerned. Sanji, as far as the game is concerned, still remained competent in spite of his flaws. But that wise bully technique and archetype was not just in vain for how he became competent or truly heroic. He's not actually a bad person, and he's not even a jerkface. He's just himself. But I have known like wise bullies across my life, and even people younger than me in other generations like Gen Alpha and Gen Z and Gen Glass, and millennials even, that are actually also wise bullies. I've known them. I'll dox a very sensitive example. Joseph Guerrero. This guy was a hard ass on me. He thought that my autism was screwing him over because he could never hurt me back in a way that would actually scrutinize the whole group in middle school. But he was like, Joe was actually a good person, right? He was a very good, he's a very competent and amazing person in his own right. But he's very aggressive, he's very strong, and he's very hard-willed and even intelligent. But this guy, if he was a lot like me. He would retaliate if you hurt him first. But his perception of what that was like was very different from mine. He would think that you hurt him in a way that you didn't even mean to. It's a cliche how some bullies and enemies think, right? they'll take a victim mindset on something they didn't mean to do, and if you explain it to them and they don't trust you, it still sucks. And it's not always like that, but even then it can be awkward, right? But bullying, or truth bullying for that matter, can be really awkward. Joe was never truly trying to bully me, and I was never trying to make excuses about why I screwed him over my autism, okay? I never meant that. Which, by the way, Skywalker side, Joseph, I forgive you. Like, Joe Guerrero, I do forgive you. And I apologize for being the kind of person towards you. I never meant to see you as an enemy or a bully, or a wise boy for that matter. The way I characterize Liz Cunningham, seeing Sanji, and even Joe, does not mean that I don't understand how people are bad people, or even how they're evil, or wasting time, or stupid, otherwise. I see the world differently. I am still a relatable person. I'm not trying to make it all about me, but at the same time, if there is someone like me in this world, that's not just me, there you go. Because the asshole archetypes that I fall through on accident by being myself are not vain to that. I care about all of you, and even the boys care about me, the enemies as well.